Most people think attraction is obvious: flirting, compliments, clear signals. But here's the strange part. Real attraction is often quiet, subtle, and almost invisible, especially when someone is trying to hide it. Think about it for a second. Have you ever felt like someone might like you, but you couldn't quite prove it? No clear words, no obvious moves, just small moments that felt different. Now here's the thing. Human behavior doesn't just disappear when we hide emotions. It leaks out. Psychologists call this behavioral leakage, when our true feelings unconsciously show through small actions, even when we're trying to stay in control. And when someone secretly likes you, their brain starts sending signals whether they want it to or not. The first sign is subtle attention shifts. When someone likes you, their focus naturally gravitates toward you. Even when they're trying to act normal, they might glance at you more often, quickly look away when you notice, or seem unusually aware of what you're doing. The second sign is nervous energy. And this is where things get interesting. Attraction activates the same part of the brain linked to stress and excitement. So instead of looking smooth and confident, they might actually seem a little off. Maybe they fidget more, stumble over words, or act slightly different around you compared to others. It's not awkwardness, it's emotional overload. The third sign is mirroring behavior. Without realizing it, people tend to copy the body language, tone, or speech patterns of someone they're attracted to. If you lean in, they lean in. If you speak slower, they match your pace. This happens because the brain is trying to create connection. The fourth sign is inconsistent behavior. Some days they seem interested, other days distant, warm, then suddenly cold. But your brain doesn't see it that way. This inconsistency often happens because they're trying to manage their feelings, leaning in when emotions take over, and pulling back when they become aware of it. The fifth sign is they remember small details. Not the obvious things, but the little ones. Something you mentioned once in passing, your favorite coffee, a random story from weeks ago. The sixth sign is subtle jealousy, not dramatic or obvious, but noticeable in small ways. A slight change in tone when you mention someone else, a pause, a shift in energy, maybe even a joking comment that feels just a little too real, because attraction creates emotional investment, even before anything is official. And the seventh sign is proximity. People naturally position themselves closer to the ones they're drawn to, sitting nearby, joining the same conversations, showing up in the same spaces more often than coincidence would explain. Now here's where everything comes together. None of these signs alone prove anything, but when multiple patterns show up together, attention, nervousness, mirroring, inconsistency, that's when it becomes something deeper than coincidence. Attraction isn't always expressed through bold actions. In fact, the strongest feelings are often the most hidden because they carry the most risk. So instead of looking for obvious signs, start noticing patterns, because the mind might stay silent, but behavior almost never does. If you're curious about how the mind really works, consider subscribing for more videos like this.